definitely upstairs, I wouldn't advise putting any sort of weight, pressure on your bathroom or your back bedroom.
Right now, I'm losing hope.
Yeah.
I'm really losing hope.
Yolande, this is Patrick. Patrick, this is Yolande.
Hello, Patrick.
You're all right, nice
You
to meet
okay?
you.
Nice to meet you.
You guys are going to be working very closely together for the next coming months. Time to take my renovators to Ashton-under-Lyne and show them what I've bought. Tell me what you think about the property. Patrick, you go first.
There isn't too much to do inside. I think it's just literally ripping down some of the features in there and painting over it. I think the bathroom will need remodernising.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Very surprising. Yolande, what do you think?
Majority of the work is just making it look good to me. There's no real stressful work to do.
You ready to hear some numbers?
Go on.
You excited?
I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go for it. I bought this property at auction for £177,500.
Okay.
Now, with legals, that brings it up to roughly about £190,000. Now, I think you can turn this around with a £10,000 budget. And Patrick, you were right, you had a look at some numbers.
Yep.
You could sell this for roughly about £220,000, so long as you mentioned, it's got a great finish. And that will leave £10,000 profit for both of you. And because it's a flip, I'm giving them just 3 months to renovate. So they need to get this house on the market as soon as it's physically possible.
Right, I got the plans.
Oh, you got the plans.
Right.
Let's see,
So I'll give you on there.
Let's see.
At the top half, you got the front elevation side as well as the rear elevation, just to show you how the house looks from the outside. And then just underneath it, obviously we've got the existing drawings on this side here for you.
Yeah.
And then we've got what we are proposing. Now, that's it, yeah. So the dotted line is where the wall is gonna obviously get knocked down.
Put very simply, Patrick's dad wants to knock down the dividing wall between the existing kitchen and the dining room, thereby creating that sought-after kitchen diner. Now, these plans hinge on the wall not being a supporting wall for the room upstairs. And there's only one way to find out.
So we did this the other day, but obviously when I reported back to my dad and his friend who's the structural engineer, they did mention that I might have to cut a little bit of the ceiling to see if there's actually the beams running through, because it won't be in the wall itself, it'll be hidden within the ceiling itself. And hopefully, fingers crossed, there is actually a beam. Then all we have to do then is calculate with the structural engineer whether that's actually supporting everything upstairs or if we need to actually replace it and put something stronger. Oh, there you go. So just this section here, apparently. Okay, there's good news and bad news. The good news is there's actually beams, but they're running this direction. So this is being supported by this wall, basically.
And that means putting in a steel girder to stop upstairs caving in. So ideally, we want to make a decision here today, because it's going to take some time to get it done.
That's it.
So with all of that being said, are you going to go for the efficiency side or commit and do big risk, big reward?
That's what we want, big risk, big reward.
So let's talk some numbers, because before I came here, went to a cafe, sat down, had a coffee, and I said, do you know what, for Patrick and Yolande, let me make some calls and try and get you some cheap steel.
Okay.
And I actually got a quote for £1,400, inclusive of that and inclusive of delivery. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's made me proper happy.
Right, well, if you remember, we bought this house as a flip. A place they could renovate quickly so as to maximise their profit. And we gave them a tiny budget of £10,000 because there wasn't that much left to do, right? Wrong. Do you guys know how much time you've got left?
7 days.
7 days. And let's just call it how it is.
Oh, yeah.
That is very, very worrying, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, let's crack on. Onwards and upwards. Oh, no, you're not.
You can see we've hit stumbling block. The depth of your beams are only 200, and you've got a cavity of 300. So when it's currently being held, you've got an overhang of about 50 mil on both sides.
Basically, the steels are too narrow for what they're holding up. Patrick will need to go back and check the plans to see where it all went wrong.
For now, what we're gonna do is just try and make it as safe as possible for you, prop the whole house up.
He's not joking. Cracks have started appearing in the newly plastered and tiled rooms upstairs. This house is indeed in danger of falling down.
Definitely upstairs, I wouldn't advise putting any sort of weight, pressure on your bathroom or your back bedroom.
Right now, I'm losing hope.
Yeah.
I'm really losing hope. So this point here is what we've actually missed. So it actually specifies a 10 mil steel base plate welded on top of the actual flange itself. So, and that's at the full length of the actual cavity wall to support the width of the actual cavity wall, basically.
Having found the missing part of the jigsaw, Patrick gets the builder to put this house together again.
Now we just have to get the plastering in,
Yeah.
get that boarded up,
Yeah.
put that through, obviously take pictures for the building control.
Yeah.
And then I think that's it. So once the building control signs it off, block it
You're
off.
good to go, yeah.
Hopefully, we've got 3 days after the day.
Okay.
So can we do it? I think we can.
4 months ago, this 3-bed house in sought-after Ashton-under-Lyne was bought as an easy flip. Dated and tired, it just needs modernising. But Patrick and Yolande had bigger dreams. It now has a pretty spectacular kitchen diner. Everything a family would want in a modern home. But it has come at a price. Finish just isn't there. Has reaching for the moon ultimately cost them their profit? Let's find out. Are you ready to get into some numbers?
Yeah, come on.
Let's talk numbers, man.
Let's take it back to the beginning. I bought this property at auction for £177,500. Now, the fees when it comes to buying this property and owning the property as well came up to just shy of £15,000. Now, renovation costs. In total, for the renovation, you spent just under £25,000.
What? I knew we'd spent way over.
Do you know what? It's a disappointment because I'm normally the numbers guy and I lost control of numbers.
Yeah. But we lost it ages ago.
Yeah.
At the start, we didn't read the actual architectural drawings properly, and we didn't actually read the structural engineer's drawings properly or the report. Therefore, we missed out certain vital things that cost us time and money later on.
Let's move on. Let's go straight into selling this property. Ideally, I wanted 220, 230 for the property. But speaking to the estate agents, they were concerned about the overall finish in this property and decided that it had to be listed for offers over 200,000.
Yeah.
And we got off to a really good start. Almost instantly, 8 viewings were booked in.
Yeah.
Off the back of 8 viewings, we actually got an offer in. But the offer came in at £190,000.
Oh, really?
All right.
Another offer did come in at £210,000. And I have to tell you, I accepted it. There was no more fighting there.
Okay.
An offer accepted at £210,000 does result in a loss, guys. I'm sorry. A loss of £7,281. Yolande, what are your thoughts?
Disappointed.
I'm sure. Anything else there?
I can't say anything else at the minute.
What about yourself, Patrick?
Well, for myself, really, I feel like God works in mysterious ways. And
even though we've not benefited in terms of financial benefit, we've benefited in terms of knowledge. And what we've learned from here, we'll take going forward. So although I might look at it from a disappointment point of view, I have to look at the advantage as well. And I've made a lot of links, made some friends, and I can go forward and probably do my own thing now that I know what the problems could be. I could actually take that and overcome the next project that I do take myself privately.